You know what? I'm gonna tell my honest opinion about this whole debacle with Mike and Talia. This is what I believe, right? It's obvious that Mayoko girl is either Mike's cousin or his sister. If you ain't caught on to that, you must be mentally retarded and slow. Obviously, Mayoko is Mike's sister or cousin. Obviously, there's nothing going on ever, nor will there ever be anything happening between me and Mike. That's a fact. Okay. I look about, I think I look probably maybe 30 years younger than Mike, and me and him are about the same age. So does my man. My man looks very, very young for his age. I think that my man looks younger than me, and he's a little older than me. It just goes to show how being in their sector just online, like, but I think that a lot of that sector is Mike's consciousness. Anyway, I think that what Mike and Talia need to do is I think that they need to find the love. They need to find the real love that they have between them and let it grow and stop doing fake shit and leave Jamila out of it. Mike is sitting over on his channel totally confused. Totally confused. He can't I think that both of them are perfect for each other, and the reason why is because Talia enjoys Mike being pretty much fucking, hey Diane, good evening. Um Talia enjoys Mike and his demented behavior. She actually enjoys that. And Mike enjoys Talia, and I'm going to tell y'all why. Talia would be perfect for Mike because Talia would be cheaper. Talia is on Section 8. I don't know if Talia has a housing voucher that she can port down to Georgia. That might be where the problem is that Mike can't really afford to give a woman the lifestyle that she wants if she were depending on him. But for some reason, he wants a woman that is dependent on him. And this is one of the reasons why, I didn't have a car for years because Mike was like, you don't need a car. I'll take you wherever you need to go. Just call me. And, if you need to go around to the store, buy Uber, I'll send you the money. Mike did not want me to have a car. And literally it was really pissing me off, like it really was. And I was really working very, very hard. Like I was working extremely hard to not allow what he was doing to control me. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm getting a phone call. Being that I was sleeping with Mike, um kind of it weakened my power. It weakened my personal power because I have never not had a car, especially long term. I'm used to having two, I've even had three cars at once. You know what I'm saying? I had a backup car because at the time I was driving to work. That was before I started working from home. When I began working from home, I was able to just have one car. You know what I'm saying? So I sold the extra one that I had because I was working from home. Mike once a woman to be codependent on him. But the problem is that he never invested any of the money that he had in real estate. And then Mike is very mentally ill. He can't do it. Like, he's very mentally ill. So he's sitting over there, number one, playing my content from my main channel to all of those dumb trolls. And I'm thinking about flagging him because you do not have my permission to play any of my content on your channel. Nobody on your channel would even comprehend. The people on your channel pretty much kill their parents for their fucking inheritance. So they don't know anything about manifesting. Killing your parents for your fucking inheritance when they die, that's not manifesting shit. You're just a fucking murderer. Straight up and down. So I don't know why you would even be listening to my video anyway. You would not understand anything. This is one of the reasons why I had to get the fuck away from Mike. The thing of it is that Mike believes that by abusing people on the internet, and then now for some reason he believes that speaking about Dookie and P is going to give him some kind of winning advantage, and he thinks that it's going to get him a woman, right? Just women look, this is how delusional he is, and the bum is the same way. They think that just because a person heard what they said or might catch some of what they say, because I turned this show off. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna sit and listen to that self-depleting shit. Let him sit over there and be miserable by himself. But they think that just because a woman listens to them or hears anything that they say or even is aware of what the fuck they are doing or saying about them, they think that that means that the woman wants them because they're very desperate. Mike has the same fucking problem. And I don't know if they're full of shit or if they're really just fucking what do you call that, demented and delusional. I have no idea. You can tell by the way they talk. Both of them are broke dusties. Peep this out. I was just listening to Mike a few minutes ago before I went live, right? You know what he says? He says, this is how you can tell Mike is a dusty and he's a bum. He's trying to tell me and Talia, both of us women, that no man is going to want us because we're broke. Since in the fuck when have men given a fuck about a woman's success? That's that metrosexual misogynistic shit. If a man is in love with a woman ain't got to bring shit to the table but her pussy herself. That's a fact. Ask any man. Most men don't care about your career. Most men are not even trying to go in 50-50. Most men want to be the breadwinner. And you know what? A lot of men will accept a woman's career. Like, a man has to accept my career because I'm a high priestess. That's kind of very important. So a man would have no choice but to accept my career and what I do for a living, what I get paid for, which is being a high priestess. That's something that not until I'm ready to retire from, which probably will be never. I'm going to always be the woo lady. I am. I'm just going to always be that. You know what I'm saying? And so, but that's just like that's just like my significant other. Okay? This man is a Aries. He is represented in the tarot as the emperor. Okay. Do you think that for 1 second he gives a shit if I were to come to him and say, hey, I'm rich, I've got money? He doesn't care about that. That's not something that's going to be a deciding factor. Only to a man that doesn't have it. And see, men like Mike and the Bomb, they really don't get having it. They are not the type of men that have went out there, gotten jobs, did they little thing, had they legal side hustles, kept about 50,000 to 100 grand in the bank, actually invested their money, actually have security. So the bum and Mike are looking for women that already have money. The problem is that in the fucking real world, a woman that doesn't care about if a man doesn't have security doesn't want a man that don't have a regular source of income unless she's a weirdo stalker. I have an amazing relationship with my significant other. Talia is the one that can't have a normal relationship with a man because she spends all her time with Mike. All of Talia's extra spare time is spent on the internet stalking me. And I personally think y'all should hook up. Y'all need to get off of my nuts, but y'all should hook up. I don't get why they don't. It's weird to me. But when y'all do kiss and make up, you need to keep the subject off of Jamila because that's kind of weird for y'all to be behind the scenes talking about me. It kind of means that your man really don't have your like you really don't have your man's attention when he's talking about another woman. That's just like with my significant other. He knows that he probably is aware that I come online and for a public service announcement I have to say that the monkey is a goddamn liar and that he's mentally ill. But do I ever speak about Mike to my significant other? Fuck no. Not ever. Not even when I don't even be thinking about work or YouTube or anything when I'm with him. So, that's a dusty man's perspective. No woman has to be rich to get a man. Only a man that's looking for a fucking woman to take care of him even comes at a woman like that. That's not a requirement. Most men got it. Men that are looking for a woman that deserve to have a woman in their life, they got a house of their own and they ain't got no bitch living in it. They got a house of their own. They probably have several houses, two or three houses. And he's not saying, "Oh, I don't want no broke bitch." Now, okay, a silly bitch, a weird bitch that or a whore. Somebody that while he's at work, she's fucking the neighbors. Now, if I were a man, I wouldn't want no fucking woman like that in my life. But so I guess Talia gonna have issues. But for me, I don't have that problem. In fact, you know what my grandma used to tell me? A lot of these women out here in the world are making a mistake even telling a man how much money she make. My grandma used to tell me, don't ever tell a man how much money you got. And don't ever tell a man what another man has done to you that's wrong. She would tell us that. You shouldn't, as a woman, have to tell a man how much money you got. Why would that even be a part of the conversation? So all of them knuckers in that black sector are literally, how do I put this? They are the decays of society because nobody does that. Nobody. There's no man. Okay, let's take Bum Dot for example. Bum Dot is a bum, right? And in our society, it's not okay for, okay. As a woman, I think that women should have skills to pay their bills. I agree. Okay. I've never had an issue getting out there and surviving. I'm rebuilding, I'm saving up money, which is something that the monkey has apparently thought that he could stop, but he ain't stopped shit. He's just been wasting his time like he's been doing for the past fucking 13 fucking years. Um, I went through some shit in Georgia. Nothing wrong with me staying with family until I save up. In fact, Tiffany had to do it. Tiffany was living with her sister until she had moved into that apartment and got that job because that black sector made her lose her other job. Calling up to her job, she lost her job, had to move back in with her sister. So she had just got that job and that apartment that she was living in. Sad but true. Nothing wrong with, the world is kind of harder and harsher on women. You know, this world can sometimes not be fair when it comes to women. And let's face it, food stamps will help you get back on your feet. But you got to get out there and work for what you get. And I'm not talking about prostituting either. So, no woman has to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's not a requirement. Now, I feel like for a woman to have a brain, for a woman to be the type of woman that is not online stalking other women, can you imagine how a man would feel if he were in a relationship with a woman that is just sitting online following people around on the internet being weird? And women like that don't have a man will sit up there and complain about men. Well, bitch, what the hell are you doing obsessed with another woman any damn way? Don't no man want that. Just like don't no woman want no man that's sitting around the internet stalking another man and obsessed. You know what I'm saying? Unless he's checking up on them with some kind of fucking purpose. And let's face it, Mike and the bomb make it very fucking difficult to be ignored. These dudes beg for fucking attention on a daily basis by doing and saying some of the most outlandish shit that no man in this world ever does. And I'm sorry, I'm sorry, but I had to fucking say it and tell the fucking truth about the shit. And Mike knows it, which is why he tried to sell me that pipe dream when I was still in Georgia, telling me that he would, uh, if I got an apartment down there, that he would pay half on my rent every month, is what he told me. Well, first of all, why would I take that offer from somebody that trolls the internet and is abusive to me and hates my sons and hates my family? Why would I be with you? So obviously I didn't want to be with Mike. Money had nothing to do with it. I'd rather come to Kansas City and live with family for a little while till I rebuild my money back up and get in. And Mike can't stop that ever. Okay. He died trying. He would. Okay. Um, why would I take that offer and he tries to act like he's a money man? I'm back home getting ready to move into a house. Why would I do that? That doesn't make any sense. Why would I accept less? Mike actually wanted me to stay in Georgia and go and get free housing so that I could continue to have sex with him so that he could come to social media and perpetrate a fucking fraud and act a damn fool. So, I just think that it's weird and bizarre. I think a lot of these people in social media are weird and bizarre. Very weird people. Just like that lesbian that just came in here. I blocked her. Whoever that Queen Alexis Miriam Michael Shabag, That's one of them lesbos that's obsessed with me. Bitch, I keep telling you that I don't like women in that way. Could you please stay the fuck away from my channels, bitch? Okay, I realize that you have went crazy and social media is your only way of actual contact with other people. You need to go and find a healthier social life is what you need to find. A lot of them in that sector do not have healthy social skills at all, which is why they come in here randomly saying shit. You know, you can always tell it's a troll and that it's a stalking troll because just like Diane came in and said, "Good evening, Jamila," this person comes in here spouting nonsense. They're it's something wrong with a lot of these people. But you know, that is the truth. I mean, you know, I'm gonna tell you something. The one thing about it is that I guess it depends on what reality you live in. I was actually gonna talk about this. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow to talk about it. How I almost gave up on love. I didn't give up on myself, but I almost gave up on love because I felt like my soulmate or twin flame died or something until Spirit came to me last August and was like, no, you need to create a reality that brings you to your destiny. But I'll talk about that on the main channel. So a lot of these people are lost in that reality that they're in and they're miserable, absolutely and utterly miserable. And that's why they do a lot of the bullshit that they do, and not just miserable, but mentally ill. They've lost it. They've lost it. Seriously. So, yeah. Anywho, because I have a man that works, you know, has assets. Yeah. Anywho, what else was I going to say about that? Yeah. That's dusty man behavior in a man that's sitting around waiting on a woman to take care of him. Now, is it anything wrong with a woman that works? No, it's not. You know, you I just know this. I just know this. Men typically want to be the breadwinner. They want to provide. And whatever it is they provide within that, usually they want the woman to accept it. And luckily, I have a man that's open-minded, and so he don't mind whatever I bring to the table. But that's not normal. Traditionally, men are the breadwinners. So nobody is really understanding unless it's a broke ass man that don't have no motherfucking nothing to offer. So, you know, coming on, you know, any of these men that you see in social media arguing with women and calling them broke and broke whores and stuff like that, those men are on the DL and they're broke and they're bums. No actual real man. Like, if you don't know how real men operate and that's all that you've ever been exposed to socially your whole life, like as an adult, if all you've ever experienced is social media and you've never like actually had anything. I mean, okay, so I'm gonna take my grandmother for example. My grandmother was very successful in her lifetime while she was alive, right? However, my grandmother was with her um significant other. He passed away too not long ago. Um, but he still did for her financially. Even when a woman has it, a man is gonna say, "No, baby, let me get that for you." He gonna tell her to save her money. He'll get it. He'll take care of it. That's what a real man does. A real man ain't running around here snapping his fucking fingers and smacking his lips and putting on motherfucking lip gloss, stealing a woman's fucking lip gloss and saying, bitch, get out there and get my money. Real men don't do that. That's some DL gay shit. And they've been exposing themselves. That's why Mike and the bum don't have any credibility. No real woman is looking at them as men of value. That's why they have to body shame. That's why they have to talk about people, because they're actually jealous of women. I'm just saying the truth about the situation. That's why nothing that Mike says ever bothers me. You know what I'm saying? You hit the wall and all this stuff. It's like, no, you know, a woman can always lose weight, get herself together, get in shape, but the struggle that those men are going through is going to always be there. And it's not that a woman is using a man. I don't know why they do that. A man that loves a woman and she values and appreciates him. If you notice, you ain't caught me coming on here talking shit about no other man in my life besides Mike and these dusties in social media, because they deserve it. Nobody ever fucking talks like that. Like, even if you have a two income household, men are still going to, unless they have some kind of joint account or something, the man is going to have it. The man is going to be putting the money into the account along with the woman. A lot of the women in my family are very into their careers and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's just something about having your own money. It has a lot to do with your destiny and your path, what you do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the people in my family are into real estate and things of that nature, and I've been licensed in real estate. Um, but this shit that they talk about is stupid. It's a poor man's language. And like I said, I don't judge people for nothing. I don't. But it's kind of difficult not to judge Mike and the bomb, because they are always up in somebody's fucking face and they are always fucking talking about some fucking body. And they don't even talk like real men. Oh, y'all. So, anywho, that's pretty much what I want to say. Let me return my client's phone call. I got a phone call that I need to return. So I will talk to you guys later. And are they gonna have an intelligent response? No, they're gonna respond like faggots. Okay? I know for a fact that my man loved my extra little pumps and the bumps. Real men are not running around here acting like a woman has to be shaped like a fucking blow up doll either. Those are social media faggots and DL men who don't have the ability to live a real fucking life. That's a fucking fact. Anyway, Mike and Talia, y'all need to make up, but only if you quit bringing me up. That shit looks stupid. Quit bringing me up. I don't have nothing to do with that shit. And Mike, you need to move the fuck on. Nothing that you say makes sense, and it don't matter. Revenge porn, none of that shit. You are toast. Nobody respects you. Okay? Nobody, except for the trolls who trick you. Literally, how do you allow trolls to trick you into doing stupid shit? I have no fucking idea. You are just embarrassing your fucking self. Trust me on that. Telling people that I ate your dookie, which is a lie. Telling people that I drank your pee, which is another lie. And revenge porn is not going to make people not fuck with me. It's not going to stop me from having a man in my life. It's not going to do that. And I think that the reason why you think that is because of the fact that I put up with it for so long. But you are sadly fucking mistaken about that. You know, you are really, really delusional. I put up with you. We were not in a relationship, obviously. I put up with you because, that probably because you would break me off with a couple of dollars. But it's time to go. It's time to move past that. Me and you have not spoken. He's blocked. I would never ask Mike for a fucking dime. I don't need to. If I needed something, I have plenty of support. I do have clients. I do run a business, and I have a man. So I think that Mike and Talia should make up, but I think that they should go in a different direction and stop stalking Jamila. Now, is Talia able to do that? Because to me, it seems like Talia is obsessed with me. Y'all just need to go and get some mental help, both of y'all. Maybe if y'all both go get mental help and then maybe even some couples therapy, maybe you guys can find some kind of common ground. You know what I'm saying? Uh that and that doesn't involve Jamila. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, I feel like you guys have a small amount of love for each other. Whatever y'all connection is, as long as it's toxic against me, it don't mean a motherfucking thing. Y'all both just gonna keep getting motherfucking fucked the motherfucker up. So y'all need to gear away from that and find the real love and let it grow and ride off into the fucking sunset with each other, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn. What's wrong with that? Why do y'all both reject each other? That don't even make no fucking sense. And quit fucking stalking people. Anyway, that's pretty much what I wanted to say. But, we all know that that's not going to happen. What's going to happen is the death and destruction for Mike and Talia is going to be extremely, because I already told Mike to keep my goddamn name out of his fucking mouth. I don't know why Mike does not know that the motherfucking fat meat is greasy. That nigga is delulu, because you have been told countless times to quit bringing me up in that sector with them faggot ass trolls and shit. I ain't no goddamn dyke or no lesbian. I'm not a part necessarily of the LGBTQ community. And I'm definitely not in no scat or urine club. I don't know why you keep fucking bringing me up. Like, y'all been into it for days and both of y'all keep peppering my name in this shit. And it's weird to me. Because me and my man don't talk about y'all, and neither does me and my family. And it's been so refreshing. It's been so refreshing. Everybody has been doing great. Everybody, especially my sons. There has been no discussion at all of Mike, or any of the bullshit for like maybe since the new year, really, except for me coming on here. But all that is protected because sometimes you just got to come and speak about stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to avoid that. Anyway, let me get off of here, y'all, so I can call her back. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Bye.